Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Final Fantasy XIV playthrough video. Today we're continuing with part 2 of 4.1. Previously we spent some of our hard-earned free time after freeing Ala Mhigo on hunting down some long-lost treasures with Alphinaud and Arenvald, leading us to the drowned city of Scala dungeon. When we get back, significantly richer, we visited Fordula in her cell and got a peek at her troubled childhood through the Echo, which raised some very interesting moral questions with her character. We finished the episode after receiving a message delivered by Pippin from the Sultana herself, and so now we make our way back to Ul'dah to meet with Nanamo for the first time in forever. As always, before we get into it, if you haven't yet and you're enjoying these videos, consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. Give this video a thumbs up as well. It really helps out with the algorithm. Join the Discord to hang out, stay updated, and get involved as well. And if you want to help support me and the channel, the best way to do that is by becoming a member. You guys are awesome. Thanks for all the support. Let's get into the episode. You're expected, my lord. Please proceed. Thank you, Bartholomew. Yay, Nanamo.
I thank you for answering my summons in these most interesting times. You have been busy.
Did her voice change again? It sounds like her voice changes every time I meet her now. I've been very busy.
The liberation of Ala Mhigo will have far-reaching consequences, and there is a matter upon which I would seek your counsel. I speak of Raubahn and his future.
Well, that's
All
coincidental.
know the tale of his rise from penniless refugee to member of the Syndicate and General of the Immortal Flames. Yet though he has come to call Ul'dah home, it will never be his homeland. He is a son of Ala Mhigo.
No, but she's gonna miss him too.
And now that she is free, I thought it only a matter of time before he sought my leave to return to her. Indeed, I had resigned myself to his loss. Suffice it to say, I was greatly surprised to hear him speak so lightly of handing over the reins in Ala Mhigo and retaking his place at my side. I will welcome him with open arms, of course. He is my most trusted advisor and my dearest friend.
That's probably why. That's probably why he wants to come back.
But I have known the man a long time, and beneath that steely gaze, I spied a flicker of doubt. Whether Raubahn chooses to remain in Ul'dah or return to Ala Mhigo, I only wish that he do so with a heart unburdened by guilt or regret. Yet, how can he freely make such a choice, knowing how much I depend on him? It is past time that I learned to discharge my duties as a Sultana alone. I must go forth and see my realm with my own eyes, and hear the wind with my own ears.
Also, a good point. It's kind of sad to see them potentially split. It's always been Nanamo and Raubahn. A little oil on the shoulder.
Might I have your company for a brief adventure?
Oh. Dude, this is like, again, this reminds me of my first day playing the game, where you meet Nanamo. I think she's called Lilyra, and Thancred as well. And you get the Echo way out in like Thanalan somewhere. Of course, I will join you.
Wonderful. Allow me a moment to change into something a touch less conspicuous, and I will join you outside.
Is it gonna be the pink thing with the weird head turban? If it is, oh my god. We're going back to the first day. Yeah, it's like every time you go to faraway lands and you go to all these mystical places, you go to Sharlayan, you go to Ishgard, you go to all these like crazy places, and then you come back to Ul'dah and Nanamo's here. I don't know. There's always this grounding feeling that I get from coming back here and being in the stories of here. I love it. It is! Aw, look. Aw, it's the first day. My heart, man. Yes! It is! And I was right, by the way. God damn, my memory's good. Perchance you remember Lilyra, the merchant's daughter. This is the persona I assume when I venture beyond the palace walls to observe my subjects unnoticed. Ordinarily, Papasham would accompany me, but for this particular outing I need an advisor, not a minder. And that is why I requested your company. Over the course of your many adventures, you have met people from all walks of life in every corner of Eorzea. I would make use of your worldly experience. Now let us be on our way. Our first destination is Stone's Throw, just beyond the Gate of Nald. Even just here, man. Just here. I killed my first thing here. I remember this turtle. This turtle was level 12 turtle. Level 12 turtle. Or tortoise, I guess. I was like, wow, that's a strong tortoise. I wonder how long it's going to take me to get to level 12. Look upon this procession of tattered tents. These refugees camp in squalor, at the mercy of the elements and Thanalan's predators both. The city's mighty walls offer safety, but the streets overflow with people as it is, and unless blessed by the hand of Nald himself, no refugee could ever hope to afford a dwelling in Ul'dah. 20 years have passed since the fall of Ala Mhigo, and 5 since the calamity. Yet the plight of the poor has grown more desperate, not less. As Sultana, the blame falls upon me. You've done your best, Your Grace, and my best has not been good enough. Shall we press on? I would follow the road to the unholy air. My first death. I died here for the first time. It was here in this wholly unremarkable place that my mother and father met their doom. Whoa, that's pretty sad. I was but a child at the time. My parents were returning from an inspection of our interests in eastern Thanalan when an untimely rockslide crushed their carriage. To this day, it is not certain if the incident was simple misfortune or an expertly planned assassination. Raubahn once offered to reopen the investigation and bring me the truth he assumed I must surely crave. But I refused. Even if my parents' deaths were orchestrated by the Monetarists, we could only have brought their hirelings to justice. The true villains, those who plotted to put me on the throne as a biddable puppet, were ever beyond our reach. Thus did I plan to strip the merchants of their power and place our nation in the hands of its citizens, quite unaware of the consequences my actions would have for you and yours. I shudder to think how many goodly souls paid the price of my naivety. But I am no longer a child reciting words with witless obedience, and I will not be used as a pawn in the Monetarist damnable games. Forgive me my outburst. You're one of the few people to whom I feel I can speak my mind. Aw. Come, let us return to Ul'dah and visit the Colosseum. The Sultan Tree. This was where we first met. Nanamo. From the moment I became Sultana, I found myself thrust into an endless parade of document signing and ceremonies. For years, I simply signed where I was told to sign and sat where I was told to sit, blissfully oblivious to what any of it meant. Yet one good thing did come from that ignominious chapter in my life. For it was during an official visit to the Colosseum that I first met Raubahn. Aww. The match I'd been invited to attend was not at all what I expected. They had pitted the Bull of Ala Mhigo against some dozen or so rival gladiators. Blinkered though I was, I would not stand for so obvious an injustice. I demanded to see a fair fight, one man against another, and my royal wish was duly granted. It was not until later that I learned of the gambling ring which had arranged for Raubahn to die on the sands that day. Wow! So she saved him. Oh my god. Regardless, my intervention meant that Raubahn had but a single opponent to dispatch, which he duly did. And when he knelt before me to receive the winner's purse, he swore that he would one day offer me his blade in service. Aww. Surrounded as I was by liars and manipulators, I confess I dismissed it as a pleasant piece of theatre. But as you know, Raubahn is a man of his word. Though it took him another 5 years of fighting in the Blood Sands, he amassed a fortune so great as to buy not only his freedom, but a seat on the Syndicate. And then I had my blade. Oh, nap time. Wow. With both arms. Look at his sword. Throws the shield. Raubahn is the man. The original OG badass of this game. The Bull. It's so cool how close this is to us seeing where he grew up as well.
Your Grace, you mustn't! The danger is too great! Please, Your Grace, come back! I beg of you!
She's just running to it. What? Why is she running like that?
It seems you're the one who needs looking after, Master Shum. Raubahn!
Aww.
I have kept the promise made.
So you have, and in turn, so too shall I keep mine. With your winnings, you have become one of the 6 most wealthy souls in all Ul'dah, and so, as tradition dictates, Raubahn Uldin, you have earned yourself a seat on the Syndicate. May your new station garner you still greater glories.
I am honored, Your Grace, and vow
That
to
sword is
serve
like
with
that.
every fiber of my being from this day till my last.
Raubahn's a man of his word. I think we know what his answer is going to be.
Long live the Sultana, and long live Ul'dah!
Aww. I love these two, man. I already love how the story has just gone back to this. In a way, it's kind of like we've had 2 expansions where we've gone so off course from the original Realm Reborn stuff. And now the writer's like, okay, how do we get it back? And now we're like swinging back in, you know? Words cannot well express what that man means to me. There are others who care deeply for my well-being, of course. Papa Shan's love for me is as that of a grandsire for his grandchild. But upon matters of governance, I cannot turn to bodyguards and maidservants for counsel. Raubahn, with the authority of his syndicate position, was the first sword I could wield. His was the only edge which could cut the strings that bound me. We must make haste. My absence will not go unnoticed by the Sultan's sworn for long. And there are other places I would visit. To the Arzaneth Ossuary. What the heck is that? When the calamity threatened, Raubahn led the Alliance forces into battle on the plains of Cartano, and I remained here. I prayed with all my heart that Archon Louis would have the power to rouse the 12th. Since that day, I have made a custom of visiting this shrine during each of my little excursions. Here, I seek the blessing of Thal, reflect upon my choices, and ask myself if I am fulfilling my duties as Sultana. You're rightly celebrated as a champion because you have led the line in 100 battles for the good of Eorzea. In much the same way, I believe the measure of a monarch lies in how she leads her people in times of adversity. If I am to be a Sultana worthy of the name, I cannot turn a blind eye to the troubles facing Ul'dah. I have chosen my path too. With Ala Mhigo now freed from Imperial chains, I finally see a way to aid the refugees. Already, many displaced Ala Mhigans seek to begin the long trek home. To facilitate that process, I have made a small contribution, an artisan school in Rhalgr's reach for any who wish to learn new trades. Realistically, however, it will take years for such training to yield tangible benefits. But we do not have years. These people will need shelter and employment if they are to survive, and this time the Ul'dah Treasury shall provide. Precisely where and how to allocate the necessary funds is, of course, another question. I mean, if she asks the Syndicate, they're just going to say, you're wasting our money. The advice of one who employs refugees. Who employs refugees? I guess. A wise suggestion. Mayhap a visit to the Gold Saucer is in order. Its proprietor is a member of the Syndicate, and he is one of the few who pay refugees a fair wage. Ah. I wonder, are you acquainted with Godbert Manderville? Yes, I am, yes. Then I need not explain his eccentric nature. Let us make our way to the landing, and I will see that word is sent to the Gold Saucer. Godbert should be only too glad to receive us. I've ridden aboard a public airship before, but this shall be my first visit to the Gold Saucer. Oh, let me show you some games, Nanamo. I must confess to some excitement. You're in for some excitement, let me tell you. Hang on, Nanamo. Hang on. I gotta do my cackpots. Alright, boys. Cackpot time. I don't think I've ever done this in a video, but let's do it. I've been told we go for the Y. And we gotta go for this. No? Ah, we'll go here. Another? We go again? Why not? Not too good, not too bad. All right, this is the one, right? 78. What's 789? 18, 25? No, 24? Is it going to be 9 here? Nah, we got to go for the 1, 2, 3. And since the 2 and the 3 aren't there, boom. Well, what's she doing? What you looking at, huh? I'd heard descriptions of its splendor, yet I never dreamed it would be so bright and inviting. I know, right? No, I couldn't possibly. We did not come here to fritter away the royal coin. Come on. Godbert will be expecting us. Come, let us head directly to the lounge and ignore these goaty temptations. She's got more self-control than me. I believe this is where we are to meet Lord Manderville. Shall we sit while we await his coming? Oh boy, here we go. My apologies, Your Grace. I've kept you waiting. No apologies are necessary, Godbert. My request was sudden, and you were kind to make yourself available at such short notice. When my son's good friend and the Sultana herself come calling, there is no more important engagement. As to the purpose of my visit, I would have your thoughts on how the Crown might best aid the refugees residing in Thanalan. You're aware, I'm sure, that many of Ala Mhigo's displaced sons and daughters long to return to their newly liberated homeland. And you're also aware of how they will suffer without shelter and work to sustain them. I would use our nation's wealth to spare them that suffering. What advice have you for me on the matter on how it might best be distributed? The unusual circumstances of our meeting, and your Grace's choice of companion, would suggest to me a desire for an honest and unvarnished opinion. I shall give you one. He's smart. My advice to you is stop. Taxing Ul'dah's wealth to save Ala Mhigan refugees is a terrible, terrible idea. That was not the answer I was expecting. You oppose my proposition? Most emphatically. I agree with your Grace that the refugees must have housing and employment, but what profit is there for Ul'dah in this arrangement? Profit? After all you've done for Ghirbani's displaced, I thought you the very last person to seek to benefit from their misfortune. Forgive me, Your Grace, but you appear to be labouring under a misapprehension. It is a fine endeavour to support one's fellow man. I fear, however, that your stance is one born of pity. Your intent is to save the refugees, is it not? For all our potential, we are indolent creatures by nature. If unconditional charity is all we know, then we begin to rely upon it, to expect it. And then we must consider Ul'dah's own poor and downtrodden. Should they hear of you spending the nation's coin not to improve their lot, but to nurture the distant citizens of Ala Mhigo, it is unlikely they will applaud your generosity. Surely it is not your Grace's intention to foster new resentments, but to spread goodwill? Indeed. Then any support I pledge to the refugees must promote self-sufficiency, whilst also serving the interests of the people of Ul'dah. Exactly so. Such an arrangement will create a far more equitable relationship with the returning Ala Mhigans, even as it generates the revenue required to win the approval of your subjects. So we still really haven't gotten to the bottom of how. You've given me much to ponder, Lord Manderville. I thank you for your candor. How's Hildy? Profit. The thought never even crossed my mind. I shall consider my lesson learned and press on. 2. Are you perchance acquainted with any successful merchants? If my attempt at philanthropy is obliged to reap a profit, it would seem wise to consult someone with a knack for business. Do I know any merchants? Rowena? Maybe? Ordinarily, I would not trust any agent of the East Aldernard Trading Company. Oh no. This guy! But if you hold this Hancock fellow in such high esteem, I am content to be led by you. You may repay my faith by journeying to distant Qalyana and speaking with him on my behalf. Eager though I am to visit those shores, I have not the leisure for a lengthy sea voyage. That would have been cool if Nanamo came to Doma. Now, assuming you will travel, as adventurers are wont to do, I shall await your report by the Aetheryte in Ul'dah. A fair journey to you two, and a swift one, if you please. Don't worry, I've got a TP. You ready? It will be swift. We also get to see Tataru! I'm home! She better be here. Wait. Where is she? To what do I owe the pleasure? Are you here on business? I beg your pardon, Her Grace the Sultana would have my opinion on how best to invest the wealth of Ul'dah. My dear Tu, I have to thank you for this recognition, I'm sure, and I'm flattered that you came to me, truly flattered. But why settle for a lowly apprentice when you could have the master? Upon matters of profit, there is no living soul better qualified to advise Her Grace than Chairman Lolorito, a man whose morning exertions are said to fill his garderobe with gold. Okay. TMI, man. I should be happy to arrange a meeting for you, say, at the Scion's former headquarters in Thanalan. The Waking Sands would seem a suitably neutral venue for negotiations, don't you think? Very well, too. And may your dealings prove fruitful. Well, he really just pushed that on me. I want to see Tataru. Where the hell's Tataru? Welcome back, too. Did your merchant friend have any useful advice to share? Actually, not really at all. You just shoved it on to Lolorito. Let's see her face. With Lolorito? And you agreed to this? I didn't have a say, really. I'm well aware of his standing in the field of business, but I had hoped to keep the Monetaris at arm's length, and him in particular. Nay, I cannot live in fear of the man. I must learn how to treat with him if I am to rule Ul'dah effectively. Good on you. Very well. I will meet with Lolorito. Let us go on ahead to the Waking Sands and prepare for his coming. So this is where the Scions first congregated. I've heard many tales, but never had occasion to visit. To work then. The hour of the meeting draws near, and I would gather my thoughts. Pray see to it that we have the appointed room to ourselves. What room? Are we going into the solar? Oh, we're going in here. Uri should be here now.
A personal summons from the Scions. This must be important business indeed. Though, if it concerns anything so underhand as an assassination, I fear I can be of little help.
Alright, wise guy. I'm just like, sit. He has to jump up to the chair. But is this so she doesn't have to see him? What is she doing? What is this?
You have made your point. 'Tis indeed unsettling to find oneself seated across from an impassive mask.
Oh? Is this the first time?
There, would this better please your grace? Or should I address you as Lady Lilyra?
He knows.
Nay, the deception has served its purpose. I am glad to see you found amusement in my little jest, Lord Lolorito. But shall we proceed to the business at hand?
Please do.
By all means. I must say I am most eager to hear your proposal.
Simply put, I would aid the refugees camped in Thanalan in their efforts to return to Ala Mhigo. The reparations you paid in the wake of your earlier misdemeanors will be used to fund the endeavor, together with the fortune seized from the late Teleji Adeleji's estate.
This sounds great. I'm down for this.
But this plan is not intended to benefit the displaced alone. I would make of this an investment which shall enrich Ul'dah and Ala Mhigo both. And who better to consult on matters of profit than the wealthiest man in all of Thanalan? I beseech you then, Lord Lolorito, share with us your mercantile wisdom.
Ah, 'twould seem your grace has matured beyond acts of earnest yet misplaced charity. Pray tell me more.
They're really stalling us on this plan here.
To summarize, in return for facilitating the repatriation of refugees and assisting in the establishment of new industry in Ala Mhigo, you ask that a proportion of all subsequent profits be promised to Ul'dah.
Okay.
Ha! I am impressed, your grace. 'Tis an elegant solution, albeit one lacking certain crucial details, specifically which industry and where.
Salt, maybe.
How swiftly you identified the weakness in my plan, just as I knew you would. Your travels have taken you across the length and breadth of Gir Abania, and you know the land far better than I.
Right?
Which of the settlements you visited would best provide a home for our refugees? Which has the greatest potential to flourish, given the appropriate investment?
Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, my initial thought for industry was the Saltery, right? I also want to say Alagana though, because that's Depressoville. They all want like good jobs and stuff. But what industry do they have there? Oh man. I'm just gonna say the Saltery.
Ah, yes, that desolate little village on the shore of Loch Seld. I know the Saltery and its products well. The Imperial invasion brought an end to their more widespread distribution. Much to the dismay of many a wealthy gourmand, myself included. Salt has ever been a transformative ingredient. And in this instance, I dare say, it could transform a modicum of effort into a mountain of gill.
Right, that's my thinking.
The local citizens will need to be consulted, of course, but I trust the East Aldenar Trading Company can be relied upon to provide its assistance in negotiating a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Naturally, Your Grace. I shall dispatch representatives well versed in the extraction of this white gold and wring every last ounce of profit from its production. The Loch's bounty will contribute to Ala Mhigo's enrichment, whilst easing the burden on the bull's aching shoulders. Just as Your Grace desired.
He knew that that's what it was too.
A deal is struck then.
Okay. Part of me feels a little bit bad for Alagana though. I could have made Depressoville not Depressoville. Maybe. I feel it will be many years before I feel comfortable taking part in such negotiations. You did fine, but I shall not complain. We have piqued Lolorito's interest and secured his invaluable expertise. Thank you too. I could not have done it without you. Our course is decided. I shall return to the palace and have my ministers begin work on implementing the particulars of the plan. If I could prevail upon you one more time too, I would ask that you convey the details of our negotiations to Commander Hext on your return to Ala Mhigo. Okay. My thanks again. Together we have laid the groundwork for an endeavor which promises to benefit the peoples of Ala Mhigo and Ul'dah both. Two, you're back. What did Nanamo? Oh, sorry. Are you allowed to talk about your audience with the Sultana? So Raubahn says he's going to return to Ul'dah, but she isn't sure he wants to. Tell us something we don't know, but I'm pleased to hear she's committed to helping our refugees come home. And this plan to revitalize the Saltery does make a lot of sense. Quite how you convinced her to seek Lolorito's help is another question. After all that has happened, he is the very last person I would expect her to turn to for advice. We can blame Hancock for that. But on a more practical note, at least, assuming the interim government elects to accept Ul'dah's proposal, I have one caveat I would like you to include in a bargain. Ala Mhigo must be permitted to cover a portion of the investment. We have a fortune at our disposal after all, and allowing Ul'dah to provide the entirety of the capital will afford Lolorito too much control. Interesting. Honestly, Alphanode, it's like Kugane never happened. What exactly does a ruthless profiteer have to do to earn your trust? But yes, you do make a good point. First things first though, we need to discuss the proposal with the Saltery's residents. Whisker, how do you fancy explaining the Sultana's plans to your grandfather? I'd like to hear what Wat thinks of the idea before agreeing to anything. Right away, Commander. Would you mind coming along too? I might need you to fill in the details. And I shall come as well. Should Wat wish to discuss figures, my knowledge of the nation's finances may prove useful. What manner of mischief brings you young'uns to old Wat this time, eh? They want to rebuild the Saltery, Grandad. To tell him about the deal. Yes, I mean, that's pretty much all there is. Well, bugger me, we've never had the coin or the hands to put the place back to how it was. But it sounds like that's about to change. There's just one small wrinkle in your plan. It doesn't account for all of the nasties queuing up to eat anyone who goes near the shore. The king used to send soldiers to cull the buggers, but the Imperials weren't about to help the likes of us. Don't worry, Grandad, we'll take care of all that. Commander Hex has been talking about starting up regular patrols, and I'm sure she'd assign me to the lock if I asked. I appreciate that, Whisker, my lad, I truly would. So, does this mean that you've gotten better with that blade of yours? I've been training but mostly to kill Imperials. You've some experience hunting monsters, don't you too? Yeah. Think you could cast an eye over a few of the local beasties to teach me how to deal with them? Let's not waste any time then. I'll see you by the lock. Whilst you're busy attending to the local fauna, I shall have Master Watt explain to me what exactly is required to restore the Saltery to its former glory. Good hunting. Is this a Yabi? Oh. Its jaw. The Yabi's entire body is protected by a hard carapace, but the underside of the head looks soft and vulnerable. Ah, looks like you found a Yabi. They say hitting their shells like smacking a rock. Any suggestions? Aim for the soft underside of the head. Don't just hit it as hard as you can. Vulnerable under the head, are they? Right then. Wish me luck. I hope I'm right. Otherwise he's dead. Otherwise cynical youth is dead. Okay, he did good. His eye. Should I tell him? I'm not gonna tell him about this one. You gotta figure it out on your own. How do I defeat one of those? You gotta learn, my man. Just hit it really, really hard. I'm a dick. As hard as I can. Well, simple strategies are often the best. Here goes. Let's see if he figures it out, or whether he dies. Oh. See? He won! He didn't even need my advice. It's not easy fighting with the liberator of Ala Mhigo watching her every move, but I got the job done. Thanks for the advice too, I feel a lot better prepared for my patrols now. Anyway, we should head back to the Saltery before Grandad starts to worry I've been snipped into pieces and fed to Yabi's hatchlings. What's up? I see you've returned in one piece. Dealt with those beasties then, did you? I fought them myself, after a bit of instruction from two here, like. Once I've shared what I've learned with the others, we should have no trouble keeping the shoreline clear. Good lad, fine young man you've become, Whisker, fine young man indeed. Too often of late I hear tales of folk over in the city drunk on victory and hungry for revenge, their heads stuck firmly in the past. But we need to set our sights in the future on things which will improve our lot, things like getting the Saltery ready to welcome our long-lost countrymen. It seems Whisker has the Saltery's security well in hand. I, meanwhile, have discussed the next steps with Master Watt and completed my inspection of the site. With a little work, the vacant buildings here could be made into very presentable dwellings. Yeah. A message from General Alden. Apologies for the interruption, sir, but the General would speak with you at your earliest convenience. Do not feel obliged to wait around on my account. I will remain here to hammer out the details with Watt, and act as an intermediary with our business partners in Ul'dah. You should go. General Alden asked that you wait for him by the main gate in the Ala Mhigo quarter. My apologies again, sir. Fare you well.
Apologies for the wait. People are screaming for the butcher's blood again. No sooner have we broken up one mob than another forms. Thankfully, all have been amenable to reason, thus far. But it is no concern of yours.
You can handle them otherwise, though.
We must speak of the men Arenvald and his comrades apprehended in the peaks.
By their uniforms, the captives were first judged to be Imperial troops. But after further investigation, their true identities came to light.
Who are they?
I dare say you remember Yuyuhasi and Laurentius, the fugitives who conspired with Captain Ilberd in the Crystal Brave's betrayal.
Yeah.
Aye, well, it would seem they followed him all the way to the wall. It was they who orchestrated the slaughter of the resistance fighters prior to the Griffin's infernal ritual.
I remember. I wanted to know what happened to Laurentius. Oh.
Were it in your hands, how would you punish these men?
Kill him. At this point, we kill Laurentius. He's already been in jail once. Oh. Their lives would be forfeit. So what were they doing? Why were they apprehended? Like, I don't know what to pick. What do I pick? In a way, I like having Laurentius there as someone that I can be like, bad guy, you know? I kind of don't want him to ever go away, but at the same time, he's a bad guy. Execution is not the answer. We must be diplomatic here.
You would spare these animals? Yours is a more merciful brand of justice than mine. In any event, I thank you for your honesty. When the time comes for the Alliance to pass judgment, I'll see that your opinion is heard. Well, that concludes our business here. But there is more I would say. Walk with me.
Oh no. He wants to stay. He's gonna stay here.
I bear a share of the blame for Ilbert's atrocities. Had I openly supported the cause of Ala Mhigo liberation, he might not have felt driven to do what he did.
You can't blame yourself for that.
And I'm sorry they aren't. But even after all that has happened, my homeland is free. With the Scions and the Alliance at their side, my countrymen have reclaimed what many thought lost forever. Under her new leadership, I have every confidence that Ala Mhigo will emerge from the shadow of the Empire and rise once more to greatness.
Right.
Which means my work here is done. Soon I will return to Uldar and take my place at the Sultana's side.
He doesn't want to. It's like he's saying that with pain.
Father...
I'll not deny there's a part of me that wants to stay. The same part that contemplated renouncing my rank and joining you as a wandering sellsword.
Hey, I'm down.
But I pledged my blade to Nanamo, and I will not betray that oath.
I knew he would when we got the cutscene.
Is this truly what you want, Father?
It is. Ever has my sword been hers to command, and ever shall it remain.
Not only do I want that, but good lad, Raubahn.
Thank you for lending an ear. When all the rest are clamoring for me to stay, I trust you'll send me on my way.
Respect. Respect for Raubahn. Respect increase for Raubahn. Big time increase. Holy crap. Must be a pretty hard decision, you know? This is his home. Respect to the big man. That took longer than I intended, but at least now you know where I stand. Now that's settled. Arnvald, what news? We may have a problem, sir. When do we not? A group of Ananta has arrived at the main gates, and I don't mean the Vera. These are the Qalyana, the ones to summon the Primal. Oh, I should get out of here then. They're insisting to be allowed to attend the council. Lisa's trying to reason with them, but she may need help. An invitation was extended to all of the native beast tribes, but we assumed the Qalyana would refuse it out of hand. We had best go and see for ourselves. Pippin, take command of our forces and be ready for battle. So you've dealt with these Qalyana before. I'd have you at my side. Sure. I'm with Raubahn to the end at this point. Oh, they got their swords out. Raubahn. Gods, it's good to see you. Maybe she shouldn't be here either. Didn't they have the argument before? Ah, the Slayer has come. We've not forgotten how you sinned against the Lady of Bliss, but we did not come here to shed blood. You claim to seek harmony with all who call Garabanya home. If this is truly your wish, you will welcome us as envoys of the Ananta. It is our wish, and you are welcome, but we cannot condone the summoning of primals. If you want to enter the palace, I must ask that you first surrender any crystal jewelry. You have my word that it will all be returned to you when the meeting is over. We will do as you ask, but you will not have our weapons. We are not so foolish as to place ourselves entirely at the mercy of our tormentors. Okay. I reckon that's the closest we're going to get to a compromise. And we will have people standing guard. I let them keep their swords. Then we have an agreement. Lead the way to your meeting chamber. So why did I need to be here? Ah? They couldn't come to that agreement on their own? Why do I have the feeling we've welcomed a Viper into our midst? Ah, Viper, I see what he did. Ah, lordy. This Qalyana elder's intentions seem at odds with all we know of her tribe. What do you think, too? Mayhap even the enthralled can learn to compromise. Yeah, you believe an understanding can be reached? It's not entirely unheard of, I suppose. Those who followed Saint Shiva eventually sought reconciliation with Ishgard. Whatever the truth, I would take no chances. The guard must be strengthened, ideally with people who know a thing or two about primals. Can we rely on the Scions? I'll round up our comrades and send them to the Ala Mhigo quarter. You can go on ahead if you like to. My thanks. I will see you in the palace. Hey! She's back on her feet. To have brought reinforcements. Arenvald told me of the arrival of our unexpected guests, and I agreed that it would be prudent to call upon Y'shtola and Thancred as well. One can never be too careful when dealing with the enthralled. I'm not familiar with the Qalyana tribe myself, but Alizé's report suggested that they shunned contact with other races. Spies did, in fact, even compared to other Ananta. Indeed, this apparent reversal in attitude is most curious. No one expected a response to our invitation, much less an envoy, and I imagine Lys was forced to make some rather hasty arrangements in order to accommodate them. Speaking of which, how should we deploy ourselves? If the meeting is to be held in the throne room, it would seem wise to have eyes both inside and outside the palace. Y'shtola and I can stand guard without. That leaves the three of you to keep watch of the proceedings in the throne room itself. Understood. We should join General Alden inside then. 2. Do you know of the rear entrance to the palace? It's on the eastern edge of the city at the top of the stairs. The guard there should have been instructed to let us pass. Okay. You're with the Scions, sir? General Alden left orders that you were to be escorted inside, if you'll follow me. Oh my god, it's the throne. It's so weird not seeing Xenos there. They're a weird looking bunch.
Thank you all for coming. I am Lys Hext, and I speak for the Resistance. Among you are village elders, refugee leaders, envoys from the Ananta and the Kikern. You've come from every corner of Girabania to help decide the future of Ala Mhigo. But before that, I want to ask you a question. What was the first thing you noticed when you came in?
Strange question.
For me, it was that empty throne.
You should really be sitting there like...
It has no one to sit on it now. No viceroy, no king. Would any of you like to take their place?
No.
Or should someone else sit there? Then let's sit here in a circle, as equals, and I hope, as friends.
Ah, interesting. Oh, literally in a circle. Okay. Sure. I guess it's better than nothing.
Expertly done. Lys has removed monarchy as a choice early in the game and positioned them to consider a joint government.
Right.
All things considered, I would say events have got off to a fine start.
If it works. They're not notorious for solving problems.
And that is Alagana's stance on the matter.
Thank you, Ragenford. Another vote in favor. Next, let's hear from Shanti of the Qalyana. Tell us, how do your people feel about the idea of a republic?
Is this where shit's about to go down? Oh.
The Ananta wish only that those who dwell within Girabania devote themselves to our faith.
No.
shall all worship Sri Lakshmi!
What?
Lady of bliss, grace us once more with your beauteous visage!
What? What? Oh no. I killed you!
This can't be happening. No crystals were allowed through the door.
It must be in the salt in the water or something?
We can worry about the how of it later. We need to evacuate these people right now, or the Primal will make thralls of them all.
It's up to us.
Oh yeah, because of the echo. Oh. Deserved. Oh my god. So are we just fighting Sri Lakshmi again? Oh no. Again, when did I ever have this ability? Oh. Raubahn?
Gods damn it! The guards were already turned!
Oh no. Well, they're dead now. DVD player is out. Carbuncle.
No, you don't!
Nice work,
Qalyana would
Lise.
see us all enthralled.
Then they're going to be sorely disappointed. We have the Warrior of Light and Arenvold to shield us.
Don't put this pressure on me, Lise.
Aye, but they can't well defend your guests and attack the Primal, can they? We're stuck on the back foot.
How about we don't have a chat and just take everybody out? And
All right, I think I have an idea. Keep these people safe, General. I'll be back as soon as I can.
what? Where the hell is she going?
Ah, whatever she's about, she'd best make it quick.
I mean, there's only 4 of them.
Come then. Who will be next to die on my steel?
I love Raubahn. How do we fight her without leaving our allies wide open? We can't stay on the back foot forever. No, damn it. If I think like that, we've already lost. I have the Warrior of Light on my side. We can do this. Isn't that right, too? Use the duty action deflect to dissipate the ether spheres Lakshmi releases during the battle. Be warned that allowing an ally to be enthralled by the ether sphere will result in failure. Oh. Alright. Oh. Wait, what? She means to enthrall. Oh, those are the ethers. They've done a fine job of blocking our retreat. Wait, what's the distance on these things?
Wow.
And we get the song again?
And serenity.
And give it the freedom we worked so hard to win? Not likely. Oh my god, dude, we've got AoEs in this too. This is crazy. And the song's good. Okay, she's casting. Oh my god, dude, there's so many of these. Get the close ones. Can we get a double hit here? We can. Nice. Jesus! Oh, he got those. How many we got there? Oh, f. Oh, f. Oh, f, my anxiety. Okay. Get those. 3. Oh, we got 3 there. Nice. Get that. This is like tower defense.
I shall free you from your
Except
hate.
in MMO format. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the f is this? Iron Ball. Did I win? It doesn't look like it.
Damn it all! It's only a matter of time before we miss one.
Oh my god. Oh. How the f did she get out? Oh, that was Lisa's idea.
What of it? Do you want to kill this thing or not?
We can save her. Why do you deny my blessing? Those who defy me shall rest in death. They brought you into this world over a mistake I made. Okay, we spread. Is this thing ever gonna pop? Stack. Whoa, that took a lot of damage. Where'd she go? Sorry, I didn't want to get my AoE in. Oh, you cannot be my radiance. You will all be my dreamers. Guys? We'll lock her down as best we can. The rest of you need to run. Should I do this? Quickly now, while the primal is... Lise? Wait, is she enthralled? I can't run away from this. They need us. Then we stand and fight together. Often of the envoys are in your care. Surely you do not mean to. Very well. I shall see our guests to safety. They're gonna help me fight the primal? But how? Alright. I mean, if you guys want to. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Where's clean? Where's clean? I missed the stack. Why are you two staying? She still has more than enough strength to battle you both. You need more than 3 to best a primal. If we let you fall here, then who'd be left to stop her? Pitiful, misguided children, lay down your weapons, lay down your heads. No. I can't move. She's going after Lisa and Rob. Oh my god, we get the active time maneuver again. Oh, okay. See, I'm trained in this one. Let's pop these. Guys, you gotta spam your buttons. Oh my god. Look at all of those. Pop that. Look at all that. Dude! Come on! Wait, that didn't... Okay. My thanks to make sure my steel is worth the effort. Again and again, you refuse my gift.
Do not your souls weigh heavy?
She's building up to something big. Come close to me, all of you. Oh, fuck. Nice shield. Man, Fordula. Let's go. Nice work, Fordula. Are you alright, though? Like you care, man. This is nothing. It's one thing after another. We have to fight as one. Raubahn? Dude, you cannot run into me like that. Come on, bro. Oh my god. Any healers? Alright. Why do you cling to your misery? She's starting to weaken, don't give up. Oh shit. Our power's out of control. I'll shield us. We'll have to finish her off. I got this. Oh my god. So it's like an opposite DPS check. Quickly, I can't hold her off forever with Fordola's ether going down. She's at 56.5. Okay. I mean, I can't really do much other than rotation at this point. Hold on, Fordola. We end this for now. For Ala Mhigo! Oh, I thought she had something special lined up. I guess not. Yeah, this is cool. Oh, she did! Dang. Is that like the LB3? Did we have to kill her, really? Again, huge booba lady. Dead once again.
We did it! We beat her!
Oh yeah, this is your guys' first. First time. The meme with the first time thing. MVP Fordola. Let's be real. Well, actually MVP Elise for the idea, but Fordola as well. Okay, nap time. Oh, this was like minutes ago. Was she offering that in a like, you do what you want with it?
What is this? I'm only gonna say this once. The Ananta just summoned their primal in the throne room. My friends are fighting her, but they need help. They need someone with the echo, and by the gods, I wish I had it, but I don't. I told you before that you still had time, but things have changed. I need your answer now. You can end it like Xenos, or you can fight for Ala Mhigo. Your choice.
Right, she was. Imagine if she just killed herself right there. We can fix her. She just has to do 20 years in prison first. Well, everybody seems okay.
Seven hells. It's her, the butcher.
What are they gonna do? Oh, she gets her things. Deserved. Oh, I thought she was gonna do it.
It's done. Take me back to my cell.
You are not forgiven.
Oh boy.
Not you. You I will never forgive. But I will thank you. For standing against a primal and saving us from servitude. You have my thanks.
No. What could have been, eh? You do kind of feel bad for her, though. Was she a product of her environment? I guess a little bit. Was she just in the decisions that she made? Of course not, but you can't blame her. To an extent. Of course, you have to blame her, because who the hell else would you blame? But damn, that's really sad, honestly. I like how they've made, at least me, so conflicted on her character with the way she was brought up. I think that's a good way of creating that ambiguity. So it's a quandary, you know, it's a moral dilemma. Knowing her past, knowing the way she's brought up, you kind of wish that she gets a pass because of the way that she's been brought up, but she also can't get a pass for all the horrible shit that she's done. And then now you see her seeing the way that it could have been if she went the other way, if she went left instead of right. Pretty heavy, man, pretty heavy. But we did it, so that's all that matters. Well fought too, are involved. That was a near thing. Aye, our stand against the Qalyana would have been brief indeed if you had not volunteered for guard duty. We'd be enthralled as surely our sentries were. They must have planned this far in advance. Security was my responsibility, and I know how dangerous primals can be. I should have... God, it's my fault, my stupid mistake. Nay, lass, we were all caught unawares. We will take this as a lesson and watch our own more carefully in the future. You can be sure that the lackeys who smuggled the crystals into the throne room weren't the only thralls in our ranks. The soldier who first spoke up in favor of the Qalyana keeping their weapons springs to mind. A primal servant is betrayed by his aura. If you mean to conduct an investigation, I can identify others acting under Sri Lakshmi's influence. Okay, thanks Ishtola. We'd appreciate the help. Speaking of help, I almost fell over when Fordola turned up. What was she even doing there? I asked her to come. Well, that explains it then. It's sad, but Ragnfrid was right. Her victims will never forgive her for what she's done. But I don't think Fordola picked up that sword looking for forgiveness. She just wanted to fight for her country. If you say the world in which Fordola grew up is partly to blame for what she became, then as an Ala Mhigan, I feel responsible for improving that world. We can't ignore what's happening right now. We have to show people a better way than vengeance, or we risk giving birth to a new generation of skulls. That's true. I know it's idealistic, but I want to help people let go of their old grievances and make peace with each other. And I'll hold 1,000 meetings and talk till I'm blue in the face if that's what it takes. 'Tis a long and arduous path you have chosen, but one well worth taking. Rest assured that I will do what I can to help you reach your destination. Thank you, Alphino. The first step will be to get our representatives back in the throne room. They're a little shaken, but not one of them seemed ready to run. We're all determined to finish what we started. I will see that you're not interrupted. So you and the Scions are to stand down. Get some rest, you've earned it. Thank God. It's been a while since I got some rest. The menagerie. I have fond memories of this place.
Contemplate the heavens.
Or to do other things.
The meeting is over. The envoys have chosen to instate a government model on Ishgard's House of Commons, a ruling body of representatives elected by the people.
Alright.
It is a fair decision, and one which signals the end of my part in all this. But I would gaze upon Girabania's stars one last time before I leave.
I mean, you could always come back, man. You know, like, take a little vacation every now and then, you know? Oh, Raubahn. Nanamo's here. Aww. I think she's gonna let him stay. Or maybe let him off the hook for the vow that he took.
Forget something?
Hey.
Your Grace, there was no word.
Aww.
Raubahn Aldin, you are hereby dismissed as General of the Immortal Flames and relieved of your seat on the Syndicate.
No way. She's forcing his hand? Nanamo.
But, Your Grace...
Raubahn, I am no longer a child. Stay here in your homeland. Work with your brethren. Rebuild Ala Mhigo.
Aww.
You desire to stand alone. I understand, but remember what happened.
I remember full well the consequences of my naivety, and thus did I consult at length with a most trusted advisor ere I embarked upon this course.
A most trusted advisor? And what of me? Am I no longer deserving of your confidence?
What trust can there be between us when you withhold the truth from me?
What truth?
Did you think me oblivious to the anguish in your eyes when you spoke of returning to Ul'dah?
Or that he wanted to stay?
For years and years, we have trusted one another. Yet now you refuse to confess your heart's desire?
I swore an oath to you that day on the sands. I pledged my sword.
And it has served me well. But in Pippin you have forged a new sword, as sharp and deadly as the blade you bequeathed him. I will show you a Sultana who can wield every weapon at her disposal, including Lolorito and his monetarist cronies. So follow your heart, please. You are home. You are free.
Nanamo.
Smile for me, Raubahn. I would have this parting be a joyous one.
Thank you, Your Grace. It has been an honor to serve you and Ul'dah.
Dude. They're meant to stay together forever. They're not meant to be split apart. No.
Tomorrow you will serve Ala Mhigo and fight for the good of all Eorzea. Am I understood?
Yes, Your Grace.
Oh, why, Raubahn? Why, Nanamo? Damn! That was an unnecessarily emotional end to the patch. Jesus Christ, man. I wish it didn't have to end like that. I wish... I don't know. Alright.
Thanks for shielding us from Lakshmi, you two. If you hadn't been there, the rest of us would be worshipping her by now.
You're kind to include me, Lise. But we both know who did most of the work. I could scarce keep track of the battle, let alone land a telling blow.
It's okay, dude.
No shame in admitting it. The Warrior of Light has put far better men than me in the shade.
Did I mention that I encountered the Sultana in the palace? It would seem Her Grace has come to Girabania to oversee the final stages of her relocation project. She was in search of General Aldin, and I directed her to the rooftop garden. I do hope he was still there.
He was.
Are you in the habit of gossiping about the affairs of royalty, Master Leveilleur?
Certainly not, Your Grace. I was merely informing my companions.
Be at ease, Alphino. 'Twas only a jest.
'Twas only a jest.
But I must yield the floor to Raubahn. He has an important announcement to make.
As of yesternight, I have been relieved of my post in the Immortal Flames and the Syndicate both.
I shall be assuming my father's duties. And may I say that Tizona has never felt heavier upon my back.
That's because it's huge. It's literally the size of you, Pippin. No shit.
Twould seem I am in need of employment. Mayhap one of my old acquaintances can introduce me to a mercenary company or some such.
Yeah, maybe you can join the Scions.
You may be getting on in years, Father, but you'd struggle to find a band of sellswords who wouldn't snap your hand off. Your remaining hand.
Ha!
Yes, the bull of Ala Mhigo need not be put out to pasture just yet.
That's mean.
Your Grace has developed a wicked edge to her humor, and you, Pippin, would do well not to laugh when the future may hold the same for you.
So, does this mean you're staying?
Aye. That seems to be the way of it. I would be glad to aid you in rebuilding our nation, if you'll have me.
If, he says. Welcome home, Raubahn.
They'd be a fool not to have him.
Well, that was unexpected. Though you seem distinctly unsurprised.
Me? You know.
Either you're more astute than I give you credit for, or I'm losing my touch. In any event, one thing is certain. Ala Mhigo will rejoice at the homecoming of her dearest son.
I think it's about time I headed back to Rhalgr's Reach. What's next for all of you? Alizé will be eager to hear of recent events, so I shall join you, if you've no objections. I'd welcome the company. Tu, why don't you come along to the Reach as well, once you said your farewells to Nanamo and the others? Well, Nanamo. My man, Raubahn. Well, guys. Well, here we are again. Alphino has regaled me with the thrilling tale of hidden treasure troves, mid-meeting betrayals, unlikely alliances, and joyous homecomings. It would seem I missed everything. I was patrolling the palace grounds with Thancred and Ishtola when we heard the report of a primal in the throne room. I honestly doubted my own ears. As others have said, we were lucky to have our echo-blessed companions nearby this time, but we'll need to keep a closer eye on the Qalyana. You can say that again. This whole episode has reminded me just how far apart our kinds still are. It looks like centuries of fear and mistrust really can't be washed away in a day, but someone has to make an effort at reconciliation if these conflicts are ever going to end. Naturally, a lot of people are crying out for vengeance, but I've been doing my best to calm things down. Violent reprisals will only lead to more summonings. Indeed, violence will ever beget violence, as the Empire has learned to its cost in recent times. In any case, summoning Lakshmi was the Broodmother's doing, and whoever replaces her might not be so keen on the idea. We'll just have to watch and wait. Which isn't to say we won't be putting the safety of our allies in the Vera and M tribes first. I plan to have resistance scouts keep track of the Qalyana's movements at all times. My parents will be relieved to hear that. What are your plans for the rest of the Resistance army out of interest? Are we to prepare for Imperial counterattacks? That would be a question for the Resistance's newest recruit, a military commander with far more experience than me. What? The Bull of Ala Mhigo? We call it an army, but the Resistance is really a collection of smaller independent groups. And when Conrad passed his command on to me, that authority only extended to the freedom fighters based in Rhalgr's reach. He just happened to be serving as a Resistance spokesman at the time, and needed someone to take over the role while everything was in disarray. But that time has passed. When I speak with the other leaders about reforming the army under the new government, I'll be nominating Raubahn as the overall commander of our forces. He has more experience than the rest of us put together, and we stand to learn a lot from him. Fair. Indeed, he is in all respects the ideal choice. Assuming he accepts the post, Ala Mhigo will have added a formidable weapon to its arsenal. And given the progress of Nanamo's resettlement initiative, I see great cause for hope. The seeds which we so carefully sowed have begun to quicken, my friends. I like that. We tend to our promises and watch as Ala Mhigo blooms. Aww. I get a mini Raubahn. Oh. Oh. I do give thanks to the kami that my makeshift raft withstood the fury of the seas. They got back. But there, their generosity ended. Without coins in our pockets for new attire, we are doomed to look like so much jetsam. Oh, woe betide the poor man in the city of rich merchants. Who's this? Oh, she's... What? These dango are delicious. Will you have one? Why is she being nice to him? More sweetbreads? I surrendered my blade to scar what few coins we have. Oh, and she bought those. Are they... So they're like friends now? Or did... What happened to her being evil? Ah, it is like talking to a child. Why fate saddled me with this burden I shall never know, but I am alive, and I must return to my master's side. Come, Tsuyu. We shall find a ship to carry us across the Ruby Sea. So what happened to her? What? Man, what? Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Oh yeah, Elidibus and Varys. Have you read the reports? First Doma, then Ala Mhigo, and Lord Xenos put to the sword. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Do not believe everything you read. I hear the Viceroy was merely wounded, and that he has already returned to the capital. Naturally, the savages beat their chests, and boast loudly of taking his head regardless. Nay, Lord Xenos lives? No. No. Deplorable that our own officers should be fooled by Eorzean misinformation. Oh no, they're throwing me left and right, left here. Is it misinformation? Or are they just dumb? Small wonder the provinces have begun rising up in rebellion. We must prepare an official, and above all, accurate announcement to quell these pernicious rumors. They would wage war with empty words. Let them produce the Viceroy's remains then. We shall soon put the lie to their claims. Where did his body go? Who's this? Who's this? Is that Elidibus? It was a white robe. Oh man. Man! Every time. These patches do not fail. They do not miss. Okay. Well, that was a journey. Holy crap. That was incredibly enjoyable, but man, I feel like I've aged about 50 years. Lakshmi with Fordola then coming in and helping out and redeeming in some sense of the way. Well, I enjoyed the hell out of that one. I hope you guys did too. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. You're new here, you want to stay up to date. Join the Discord as well if you want to stay up to date or get involved with any of the things we do, like on stream, extremes we do on Saturdays. So if you fancy helping out with those, link is in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys for the next one, where hopefully it's not as emotional as this one, but we all know it's going to be. Take care. Peace. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. It really helps with the algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new upload. Also, follow me on Twitch if you haven't yet. All the links are in the description below. Come say hi, hang out during streams. I hope to see some of you guys over there. Anyway, peace.